Assalamu alaikum. This is Junaid. This is a short video regarding CSS screening test in which we shall be discussing about general ability. General ability part in the CSS exam is now divided into two main categories. What is that? Number one is the screening test. Screening part of general ability is of 60 marks. Now heading towards what is the general ability part in main exams. In main exams it is of 40 marks. So further in this video we shall be discussing what general ability is and what component it has. So one by one I'll be explaining, and at the end I'll be explaining what strategy stars would be adopting for the screening test and for the main exams. So starting with what is general ability. Ability is your test of your intelligence, your abilities to deal with quantitative problems, your ability to deal with logical problems, your ability to deal with arithmetic problems, and many more. So this is all about general ability. Stands for testing your ability in different fields. So heading towards what are the main components of general ability. As you can see, the different components of general ability are basic mathematics, basic arithmetic, then we shall be dealing with geometry, algebra, and then statistical problems, then logical reasoning, then analytical reasoning, and mental abilities. One by one I shall be explaining in a shorter note what are these and how the questions come in exams and how they can be resolved. So heading towards what is basic mathematics. Basic mathematics deal with number system, we deal with fractions, we deal with decimals, and there could be much more, but these are the basic parts. For example, in number system, what are numbers? Numbers are from 0 to 9. How we can arrange number? Are they in sequence? Are they in order? For example, there is a series starting with 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And there is another series that starts with 2, 4, 8, 16. So these series are different. First one is arithmetic progression. Second one is geometric progression. So in the way we should deal with basic maths is how we deal with numbers, how we deal with fractions, and how we deal with decimals. What part of the fraction is the decimal? What fraction of the decimal is the main number? These things will be studied in basic mathematics. These are generally rules that how questions are solved in maths. So heading onward, this is the basic arithmetic part. This is one of the main part in which we shall be studying ratio, proportion, rates, averages, percentages, mean, mod, median. Although these are part of statistical, but I have mentioned in arithmetic just because I can summarize all the things at one time. So age question and sets. One by one, what is ratio? Ratio is comparison of similar quantities. Everybody knows. So what we are like, I am gonna teach you the mathematics. So what new I am gonna give you? This would be how you are gonna deal with ratios. What type of question come in exam? For example, if you are given with if two things cost for X price, how would four things be related to? What would be the price of the four things? There could be two types of ratios, proportion, direct proportion, indirect proportion, and all the things. So I shall be like, what are averages? Let's talk about what are averages. Averages is the mean. What is mean? Mean could be arithmetic mean, simple mean, or it could be like the squares of mean, squares like sum of squares of natural numbers or sum of cubes of natural number to find out different means. So ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि हम simple natural number के means निकाल लें, उनके squares के निकाल लें, उनके cubes के निकाल लें, even numbers के, odd number के. All these types of questions come in board exams, or you can call it like main exams. Now let's have a look at 2021 paper. The question is this is about percentage. Mr. Fahim has dinner with his family at a restaurant which offers a 10% discount on food. The marked price of the food that order was 15,000 rupees. The marked price is 15,000 rupees. Given that there was a service charge of 10% and GST is 17%. Service charge 10% and GST 17%. So how we are going to deal with the problem? We have total amount 15,000. So either we will be first reducing the charge 15,000 to 10% and then we'll be deducting the GST, or we will be just deducting the GST first and then reducing the service charges. So these things make the question how we are going to solve the ability part. Okay, there is another question, that is Mr. Khwaja walked for 45 minutes at the rate of 3 km per hour. 45 minutes at the rate of 3 km per hour. So here we would be applying the basic equation, that would be distance is equal to speed into time. So this formula would help us to solve this problem. And in the last one, the average of 11 numbers is 63. Average is this sum of all observations or values divided by total number of values. So what would be the average of 11 numbers? It would be 11 into 63. This would be first average. Then what would be the first 6 number average? That would be 6 into 60. What would be the average of the last 6 number? 6 into 65. So the difference of these two averages would give you the middle number. So this is how we're going to deal with the ability part in averages, while dealing with percentage, while dealing with means, while dealing with arithmetic part, like in which we deal with age question, direction question, and all the things. No. So moving on towards geometry part. Geometry is the branch of mathematics that deals with the measurements about lines, angles. So what short thing you will get, that will be what is a line. For example, the brief distance, the basic point one should know is if a path is extended towards both ends, that is termed as a line. If the one end of the line is fixed, it is termed as ray. If both ends of a line are fixed, that is termed as line segment. So these are the things that adds to your basics to deal with the problems, to deal with ability part. So we will be dealing with triangles, the polygon having 3 sides, square, polygon having 4 sides, rectangle, and then cylinder, etc. So the question that comes in main exams like in 2021 was, how many tiles of 20 centimeter cube will be required to have a footpath 1 meter wide carried around the outside of a plot, a grassy plot 24 meter long and 14 meter broad. We have a plot that is 24 meter long and 14 meter broad. So what is the area of the plot? Area would be 24 into 14. So now we are going to make a footpath on both sides, 1 meter long. So 1 meter here and 1 meter here, it would become 26 meter. Similarly, 1 meter here and 1 meter here, it would become 16 meter. So new area would be 26 into 16. Difference of these areas would give you the area of the tile part, and you will divide by 1 unit to get how many tiles would be needed to cover that area. So this is how you will be dealing with such questions. And in the next question, first there is a square given. A square is a 4-sided figure in which all sides are equal. So it would be 12, 12, 12 and 12. In the next side, you will get to know this one by Pythagoras theorem. And in the last one, you will just have, since it is also a square, so all these sides would be equal as well. So you can find easily the area and the perimeter of the whole figure. Next is algebra part. Algebra is the dealing with algebraic expression. What are algebraic expression? The things that deals with numbers, that deals with constants, and that deals with variables. So these all things as generalized into polynomials, then we call it as linear equation, the equation having degree of variable 1, then quadratic equation, factorization. This is a very important concept that is ever employed to understand the linear equations, or you can call the algebraic equations. These are: factor is a number or a polynomial that divides the other number completely, leaving behind no remainder. This is the basic definition. One should know what is a factor. We should not be like, if x hoga to itna factor hoga, x square hoga to x into x hoga. We should be clear in our thoughts. If a number is a factor of the other, it would divide the other number completely, leaving behind no remainder. And linear inequalities, for example, a is greater than 3 by 5. So it would be a minus 3 is equal to 5. ठीक है. और इस तरह हम inequalities में 4 तरह की inequalities हो सकती हैं. That could be less than, greater than, it would be in a way less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, this way. So this is an example of 2021 paper. The polynomial question that have come up is, equation given is y is equal to x cube minus 3x minus 10. So this is a very basic concept that one should employ. What is that? It is, x is always an independent variable. For any value of x, what we will be getting? We will be getting, for every value of x, we will be getting one value of y. What is that? It means x is an independent variable. We can have any value of x. For example, we are given x is equal to minus 3, x is equal to minus 2, x is equal to minus 1. So for every value of x, we will have a value of y. Y is called the dependent variable that depends on the value of x. So these are the short tricks. I myself or the team of stars that will be making you people feel easy while solving these ability part questions. Logical reasoning, the one of the most frequently asked questions that are in main exams and that will come in a screening exam as well. These are logical reasoning could be of two different types: verbal and non-verbal. Verbal could relate to blood relation, that could relate to number series, letter series, coding, decoding. If a number is coded as this much, how would another number be coded according to that given formula? This is the something, a direction test. If you are heading towards north, if there is morning, where would your shadow lie, to your right side or to your left side? If it is in the evening, where would your shadow lie? It would be on the right or in the left. You will be heading towards north or south. All these technical things will be covered inshallah. Now moving towards another logical question, that is the first thing that we solve is serious jumble words. It is serious. The second one is gather. Third one is lately. Fourth one is marry. Last one is hurry. So these things come when you practice more and more questions. In the number series, a similar way, you will have to find the logic, how the series are proceeding in the particular direction. For example, in the first series, 4, 18, and then 100. So the thing that would be employed here is 2 cube minus 2 square is equal to 4. Then 3 cube minus 3 square is equal to 18. Similarly, 4 cube minus 4 square, that would be 48. So this would be your answer. So you have to find these logics. That is why these such type of questions are called logical reasoning questions. Similarly, we have to find the number of triangles. You can find out by finding the number of vertices and much more. Like in the second figure, there is a logic. Like you will be dealing with one by one from 1 to 3, then 3, 4, 5, then 5, 6, 1, and in similar way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They will be making one triangle, and in this way we will be able to solve such type of questions. Now, very important thing, that is mental abilities. Mental abilities is the test of our intelligence. What is intelligence? That is our innate ability. What is innate ability? The ability to think rationally. What is how we are going to think rationally? when we are given different situations. What type of situations? It could be how to solve problems. For example, let's suppose if a nurse is there in a hospital and if doctor does not arrive on time, then what decision nurse can take, what precaution nurse can take. This would be test of her mental abilities. This is how we are going to deal with mental abilities. You will be given different situations, how you will think of the possible solutions, how you will think of getting out of troublesome situations. That would be termed as mental abilities. So in the next, this is the demonstration of the screening part that I discussed in the start of this video, that STARS unofficial CSS will be offering to you. We have offered like the complete screening test session. Then we have offered the complete test session for the main exams, and this type of MCQs, like from different aspects, that will be covering the broader spectrum, like the question that can come from any direction, that would be inshallah covered here in the syllabus. And the short tricks, like for the covering the screening part, that would be inshallah covered. This is it. If you have any question, you can ask to the main management or in the comment section. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.